and a hearty shout out and welcome to all of you in the Rabyd Nation, whether you're a citizen, a tourist, or a person looking across the border wondering whether you should immigrate into our wonderful nation of the Rabyd Nation. Welcome one and all, and I am your host, Ed Rabyd, a former pastor turned atheist, now compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Deconversion Hangout, which happens every Thursday at 7 now, where we basically, if you're deconverting or you're curious about deconversion, I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to be a support. I'm here to help you through it if you're going through it. I'm no expert. I'm no psychologist, but I have been deconverting for at least 10 years now. And so I've always wanted to keep a stream open for people who needed support and needed help if you're struggling, and to help answer any questions. Along with that, there's a goal in chat. If that goal is reached, I will wear whatever hat the poll has chosen for the rest of the stream. That's just my polite way of asking for a little money to keep the streaming going and keep my work as a person dedicated to normalizing atheism and deconversion going. So thanks for all that. Let's see, the only other commercial I have is on Saturday, I will be going through and reacting to Apologia's latest video where he's talking about Rhett and Alex's interview and some of the reactions some apologists had to that. So I am I'm going to be doing that. I just think it's a really good video for a longer discussion on this very issue of what would help apologetics in the Christian church. So we'll see with that. So there we go. All right, let's get a quick roll call, and then we'll get into some of the questions people have asked. Let's see, Wolf was here earlier. Welcome, Wolf. The elder gods have graced us with their presence. Dragon Rider, I'll get to your question real quick because I think you bring up a good point. So I will, I think you bring up a good point, and I want to get to that because it's an issue of how we look at the Bible as deconverted people. So good to see Evan. No matter how long you can say, you're always welcome in the Fluffle, as you well know. Michael, good to see you. Martin, the lap in which our Lord naps. Oh, what a great lyric. But welcome, Earl. Good to see you. Yes, hello, babies. All right. Martin is here as well. Okay, so what do you got? Friend of the channel, Robin Weston, is going to debate tonight on Proverbs, guys, but she'll be streaming to your YouTube channel. Okay. Oh, all right. Yep. Make sure you check out Robin's channel. She's a friend of our channel, and I try to be a friend of hers whenever I can. I don't get to watch as much stuff as I would like. There's just not enough time. There's so many good stuff out there. So, but getting back to Dragon Rider's question, last night's stream, if you weren't there, I talked about the woman at the well. It's a nice Bible study, and one of the conclusions that I made was the reason that everything happened, the teaching of Jesus was such a red flag, is it didn't actually help the woman at the well at all. And I do think it does address an issue of the problem of evil, because when you have an apocalyptic notion of the world, which Jesus very much does, we kind of established that early in that series, he doesn't really seem the need to actually do much about the evil in the world. And so your observation, he didn't really help her out at all. And he's supposed to be God. He's supposed to be all-knowing, all-powerful. He doesn't do anything to change her situation. She ends up doing some free work for him, and and then he takes off. So yeah, your observation is very well-founded. It's when you start to view the Gospels as a deconverted person, this is one of the things that you begin to realize is what exactly was the final result here. It is a very, very valid question to ask. Like, when you look at some of these stories in the Bible, like what good was actually done. Now, there's a lot of miracle stories with Jesus, so you could counter that by, well, he did miracles for other people. He did all this, he did this stuff. But a lot of the stuff that he does, let's be honest, is just straight up temporary. Those people, the people that got healed eventually died. Like the people, you have to kind of maintain that. And so it's just a delay. What exactly did they do that was permanent, that changed, humanity for the better? And the answer to most of the time when you look at the stories of Jesus is not much or nothing at all. And that kind of, so is there an apologetic that isn't based on pseudoscience? Or I don't know. It was one of my problems, Cranky, with apologetics, is that tended to be the case. And I need to highlight a couple things. Thanks, Cranky. And get the party started, baby. Okay. And Josh, here's one for the hat. All right, thank you. That's 2, 3 to go. But yes. So so there you go. Okay, just hi on and Ike. Hey, Anonymous, good to see you. Is Jesus the village idiot? Part of the Trinity. There's an old Jesus movie from the 70s. And in that movie, Jesus literally is like a hippie who's always high. Like he has this faraway stare, like he's seeing into the beyond. And he never really seems to be all right in the head. And I have never been able, since I was a kid, when I watched that movie, to shake that image of Jesus. And it gets more and more powerful the more I think about it. So, but the more I read Jesus's words, the more it's like, you don't actually do anything to help anybody. Now we're going to hit the Sermon on the Mount starting next week, but like, is any of that stuff really actually helpful? I mean, I may give a few green flags to some of the ideas in the Sermon on the Mount, just so everybody knows, but it's like, they're not new ideas. So evil's getting a bad rap. Yeah, I get it, Cranky. I understand. Why don't we ever talk about the problem of good? So yes, there we go. Yeah, connect on up. Robin could use the support as always. The issue email is fun too. There you go. See, I was on a school board twice, so I know what you're feeling. There you go. Okay, that's Robin's debate. Okay. Alicia, good to see you. Yeah, pretty much. It's what we do. We're causing a ruckus. We always do that. So, that's what we do. Thanks, Wolf. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's 3. 2 to go. And the Valentine's Day bucket hat is obviously dating because it's new. It's sort of new. I've already wore it once, but yes, see, this is the thing. Yes, we have Fangs University here. Whatever PhD you want to give yourself, just go for it. We can do Ken Ham and all the rest of them. Hawaiian shirt guy. All right. $5 for ruckus causing. If I knew it was that easy, I would cause a ruckus more often. Yeah, you're not allowed to ask questions in faith. Oh. S7 as an ex-snow bunny harm reduction centers are the cause near and dear to my heart. Okay, there you go. See? Yeah, the official emails are fun. They are. I remember that's when, like, for my emails, I added my disclaimer when I was on the school board and got officially elected to things. So, yes, Ron. Good to see you too. Yes, the old F you from Fangs you. There you go. So there you go. Well, the elder had a better saying than Jesus. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? But if I am only for myself, who am I? If not now, when? It's an outstandingly good question, as Martin says. And that is 5. You guys are quick tonight. Holy crap. And yes, it is, once again, this lovely bucket hat. There we go. See, I keep my word. Hooray. There we go. There we go. All right, so there we go. Quick stuff. Yeah, I mean, I had to have something for Valentine's Day that week, though, because I'm doing Paula Gia's video over probably a couple broadcasts at least, if not 3. It's a really long one, and he apologized for that at the beginning. So, but yeah, it was nice, but it's right up my alley. But yes, so Valentine's Day, I don't know what I'll be doing then. Maybe hanging out with other streams. I think I may do that. But yes, the hat is here. Oh, there we go. Good to see you, Jacqueline. But yeah, so yeah, hello, elder. If I'm not for myself, who will be for me? Now, that's true. You got to stand up for yourself because you're going to be your best own advocate. But if I'm only for myself, who am I? If not now, when? There you go. There you go. Valid questions. Is Pape the reason I am what I am? Well, that is true because Jesus like John has this like thing for I am sayings. You know, I am the bread of life. I am the way, truth, and life. Like Jesus in the Garden of Eden says, I am he. You know, like so I am. So if Popeye is using it, maybe he's another incarnation of Jesus. I mean, it's as valid as any other theology I've ever heard. So I just found that my company is moving operations to Detroit. I'm a remote worker, but I am considering the move to be in office. Oh, well, I can tell you that don't Detroit is actually getting better day by day. So my son lived there a few years ago, and he remarked on it. It's not the worst place in the world to live anymore. It's becoming more of a financial hub than a manufacturing one. So it's changing, like a lot of cities are changing. So, but you know, there's plenty of other like subdivisions to live in around Detroit too. So there's a Jewish word called I'm not now, precisely after that. Oh, okay, there you go. I am what I am. In RTO. Now you got to be around people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be good. It's not a bad it like you get downtown Detroit, it's a pretty cool city. Like it's their largest problem from a guy who's had a couple city planning classes is they have like buses as mass transit and they're kind of getting in a rail, but there also is a plan to like do a subway from the middle of town up into some of the neighborhoods to the north. So they're kind of fixing that problem. It's a mass transit issue, and because you know they're a motor city, so they're designed around cars. So that's probably the only structural problem I ever found with Detroit. So and so it's kind of key. So if that's what you want to do, I can recommend that. Who am I? I don't know. I don't know who I am either at the time. Oh, but yes, living in Michigan, I live in the west side of the state, so north of Grand Rapids. So it's a little bit different. I'm very rural. I would love, you know, I'm very rural, so I enjoy it here though. It's quiet. Uh, yeah, they do. They do. It's a nice change, Ron. Like the sports teams are definitely getting better again. Uh, Detroit was always an interesting town, and they had that. Yeah, I'm not too far from there. From Muskegon. Um, yeah. But yeah, it's like the west side of the state we get dumped on with snow because of Lake Michigan. So like we'll have a prediction of a half inch of snow, and because of Lake Michigan, it turns into two. so kind of like last night. Last night was kind of like that. Oh, we're only gonna have a little snow. No, no, that's 3 inches. Thanks. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the mountains kind of change the weather. I noticed that when I was in Montana. We're in the middle of summer, and you're down on the plains of Montana, and it's like 80 degrees. And I went up to, well, this is back when I was doing my internship for Bible college. So then you go up into the Rocky Mountains, and suddenly it feels like it's 50 degrees and you need a jacket. So it's kind of interesting. I experienced that in the Appalachians a little bit too when I was in them a couple of times. So, but yeah. We literally gave up plowing and just said, if you got a 4x4, good luck. Bye. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Oh my gosh. The weather. I mean, all these people in the South this last week going through their stuff. See you later, Martin. Yeah, I know. It's a deconversion hangout. We're just hanging out because we'd rather hang out with each other than other people. Like I've I've come to enjoy this stream just because I get to hang with my peeps. So to speak. I live near the highest point in Ohio. Yeah, I live near the highest point in the Lower Peninsula. It's just north of me a little ways. It's a ridge line in the Lower Peninsula of Michigan because the Upper Peninsula has the Porcupine Mountains in the extreme west. So, I mean, they're mountains technically. So, really, huh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, the Upper Peninsula. Um, if you're into nature, like you like to hike, you like to walk, you like waterfalls, you like mountains, you like lake shores. The Pictured Rocks National Lake Shore is absolutely gorgeous in the summer and in the fall too. Yeah, highly recommend in the summer. In the winter, those people who live up there regularly all year round, they have my respect because the winters in the UP are absolutely devastating at times. So yeah, it's the UP. It's just far. It's very remote. It's very away from everything. Like they don't have a lot of big cities up there. Like so, you have to go to Wisconsin to get a big city, and then it's Green Bay. So, uh, yeah, done right now. Huh. See, Evan, I'm happy for you because you found something to do that I think actually is beneficial to humanity, and I think that's important. Like I always end my streams with this stuff, and I just think that this is great stuff because you get past the doing things for Jesus and start doing things for your fellow man. So I'm absolutely very proud of you. Like it's the fact that you're doing something to help people. Two thumbs up, man. Like I appreciate it. Like there's something about that does you a lot of good. I mean, I tell people, helping your fellow man that is just good stuff. So I'm very, no problem, man. If you found something where you can put your hands to something and actually help people, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. So it becomes quite obvious that most substance abuse issues are super cuddly with OCD. That's why quitting is so difficult. Yep. I used to, when I was still a theist, we had, recovery programs, but, it's like, to me now, it's like replacing one addiction with another. So, it's an amazing relation when you finally break away from the church. You realize you're doing stuff for people because they're people, not because Jesus told you. Yeah, you're not doing it on an authoritative ethic thing anymore. You're doing it because it's good human empathy. It's good human. Just being a decent human being is enough. Like, you don't have to appease a God or please a God. I don't know. This is kind of like, that's why I'm so proud of Evan, because he's like, I don't have to do this because of God. I don't have to do it because these people need help. They need help. And it's like, and it's hard to break through this stuff. Earl's pointing out, like, addiction is very much a habit and a routine. Like, and that's why it's so difficult to break. And a lot of times you just, are finding that things are just not, working for that person and they can't get out of it. And so, yeah, to me, deconversion, the biggest thing was, hey, you know what? I don't have to do this because God's telling me to. I don't have to do this because anybody's telling me to do. So do it. I'm just doing it because it's the right thing to do. And that's it. It's a good feeling. It really is. I think you're a little late. Good to see you, Chuck. Chuck always an entertaining person. But yes, but yeah, I I could talk about this all day, Felicia. It's like just starting this YouTube channel. It's like, I can help people. Like, I'm no expert on deconversion, but I can sure help people through the process. I can sit down with people and empathize with them. And I got tired of things that were, what the church and religious people say about atheists and people deconverting. And I said, you know what? Somebody needs to take a stand against that. So, hey, I get it, because we've done now new grumpy levels. So we got grumpy levels now. We got kind of grumpy. And let's see what else is there. And let's see, where's the really grumpy? Oh, this is the super grumpy fangs. Or you can go super grumpy. There you go. I haven't made that an emoji yet. So let's see. Had an interesting conversation to try to explain my rational ontology project to an apologist. He refused to even hear it, told me I was literally Satan. Oh, Alicia, you might want to get used to being called Satan or a spawn of Satan. My most recent experience with that, I think I've well documented, when me and Paula Gio were kind of taking on Habermas and Real Seeker. Real Seeker, in the last video I watched in response to us, Habermas was finally getting flack from his fellow Christians about his bad research methods and how it was an embarrassment. And so Real Seeker comes after both me and Paul, saying that we're inspired by Satan because we're atheists. So why are you Christians even listening to us and shit like that? Yeah, anything you try to explain to people about why you're doing it, yeah, I've gotten that so many over the years. It's just, hang on to your hat. Like, I'm going to hang on to my hat. But yeah, it's quite interesting what people think about atheists just because they're atheists. And when you try to explain to them what you're trying to do to make things better, yeah, they're going to plug their ears and they're going to call you names. I welcome to the club. I have lost track of the number of times that people have ended a conversation. Well, you're just a atheist. You're a spawn of Satan, and so because they didn't want to talk to me, I've lost track. I have faith in everyone here, but totally lost my faith in Jesus. There you go. It's a lot of us. See, the Book of Revelation was my big thing as a young Christian. Now it's the most embedded, brainwashed part of my brain. Yes. I don't know if it was that big with me, Ron, but I'm going to tell you that the Book of Revelation has screwed up a lot of people because there's a certain interpretation of end time events, the pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib, the premillennial, post-millennial. Like, it's the whole thing that I was taught as a kid that kind of like you look at worldviews, you look at the world that way. The apocalyptic end of the world scenarios you keep playing in your head. Yeah, absolutely. I can see it. His literal relation is primary over substance. He hated it like viscerally. I don't understand it. Apologists don't like being challenged on their foundations, is what I would say to you. I've learned that you can piss off an apologist by pointing out to them that their foundations are no better than anybody else. I can see where that would bother them. So, yeah, I here, unless it could be they're misunderstanding. But yeah, if you're challenging like the relationships between things and what it means to be being, yeah, I can see, because you're basically saying you're challenging their basic assumptions about humanity and everything, and I can see where they would have a problem with that. Like, because once you start challenging their foundational beliefs, you're going to go after it. And if they're a presupper or have any presuppositional apologetics, yeah, you're going to kick them in the teeth. Like, it's tantamount to kicking them ideologically in the teeth. So they don't like discussions about ontology. I've learned that. So, yeah, one little spoons, vials, paraphernalia, sort of being naughty is holy. I can see that. Like, okay, Earl, could you say that being addiction is kind of has its own like religious rituals to it then? Because that's always fascinated me about addiction. Because is an addiction kind of a spiritual experience sort of thing, and you can build a ritualized religion around it? Like, because I've always said that religion is an addiction, and I'm wondering if there's definitely some parallels. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, because I look at it and I can see it where like you get addicted to something and then you want to put a ritual around it to make sure that you're religiously devoted to it, and so it's very much alike like that. So yeah, I can see that. Soulless people. Uh. Gene substance is primary above subsistence, and yeah. Well, it is. I'm going to tell you right now. The thing I've noticed, Felicia, is there's precept everywhere. Like, and it's been around longer than I thought. Like, what is it? Mr. Z, who used to be Prophet of Zod, had a video recently about C.S. Lewis and how he had precept stuff in his. So presuppositional apologetics has been around for a long time, and God is the foundation of all being and reality. And if you're taking that on, yeah, a presupper is going to absolutely have a fit. Okay, because you're like challenging the very nature of their apologetics. So default operational method. leave the hat and take the cannoli thing. Yeah, it's getting close to Valentine's Day, and this is the closest I get to celebrating it. Like I don't have anybody to give a Valentine to be my Valentine necessarily, so this is the closest I get. Can't leave your. Could be like we get grumpy about apologetics around here, Michael. I mean, I get grumpy about presuppositional, and that's why I'm trying to tell Felicia here. She's probably running headlong into presuppositional presuppositions, and that's why she's getting so much pushback. Because this is exactly what happens when you do that to them. They get really, really grumpy, like because you know, probably a year ago, Breakfast Tacos kind of did that too, because he started doing presuppositional atheist apologetics, and he literally used their arguments to support atheism, and it pissed him off. so you got that. No, I don't think they do. Like, there's presuppositionalist apologetics in every apologetics form these days, and I see it in every mainstream apologist. Like William Lane Craig does it in a certain way with some of his foundations. Certainly Turek and all the rest of them have done a little presuppose. Like they assume that their God is the ground of all being, and the ground of humanity, and so they just move along from there. But the assumptions of presuppers is in every form. So I'm doing great. Everybody around here is doing pretty great. I'm doing all right. Enjoying life and doing it very well without a God. Thanks. So, yeah, but they do. I think it's creeping in. It's like one of those Precept is like one of those infectious viruses that seems to hit all of apologetics at some point. And that's usually where you can point that out to them and then they get mad. So, all right. See you later, Evan. And once again, I'm proud of you. So, just smoke today, but knowing and recognize is also key to breaking the habit, at least for some. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, Earl. I get you. So there is no presuppositional apologetics. If you had an argument, then that argument would be your presupposition. Yeah, but it's like when you look at presuppositionalist apologetics as a form of apologetics, you see it kind of creeping everywhere. Like there's an assumption in a lot of apologetics that they just accept anymore. So. Presup a God, I can presup a devil, I can skip and go straight to supper. It's weird from an intellectual brain around. It sounds good on the surface, but it's utter tragic in its actual logic. Yes. It leads to my discussion for years that I've had on this channel of like apologists get mad at me when I say, like, even when I was a Christian, I found apologetics to be kind of junk because you can realize as a Christian, like, this isn't really good arguments. This is just like a lot of assumptions. And so I was disappointed with apologetics when I was a fundamentalist Christian because I felt it was very inadequate. And part of the problem is Presup has kind of infiltrated most of it. So yes, Earl is shameless, just so everybody knows. Is it possible to do apologetics without Presup? I'm nearly a lifelong atheist, so I'm just looking at all this, and it feels like that they have without evidence. I've never seen anything else. Yes, it's why I say I think Presup has infected all of it. There's every apologetical form. Like let's just take something simple like the arguments for the existence of God. There is a Presup behind every argument for the existence of God, that there is a God. Like that's why I like you're arguing for the existence of God, so you're assuming that there's a God. Okay, so it's like it's all of them then beg the question. Like one of the major complaints against all the classic arguments for the existence of God is begging the question, and it's because of the precept. It's because of the precept that there is a God, and we're going to argue for his existence. So it's like that's why. And I recognized that back when I was in apologetics class, and with my apologetics professor, he's like, "Yeah, you're kind of right." Like he says, that's he was one of those. There's an accumulation of apologetics where they all have their problems, but when you put them all together, somehow they make sense. Like they perform a good evidence. But I'm like, I don't know, if you put 100 pieces of trash together, it's still trash. It's like so. Inform, ruin all the words used. P2, make it impossible for the audience to follow, understand, and invent the definition of objective, subject, claim victory. Yes, that's pretty good. That's a good one. Lunch is your pre-supper. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and like in conversations, you can presuppose certain things if everybody agrees that that's a presupposition that they all share. But if you're going to disagree, yeah, you need to have the receipts. It's like you got to have something. So, Cool Ranch Doritos posts up. That's good. Yeah, it's one or the other. Like I get that, but I also like when I talk to apologists, my whole issue is like I understand that they believe that this is very strong evidence, and I really work to see the humanity in people. I know you as an elder god, people's humanity doesn't matter, but for me, as somebody trying to, I'm not an evangelistic like atheist. Like I don't go out on purpose and tell people that they're wrong and that they need to be atheists. But if somebody wants to talk to me about it, I'm like, well, look at all the stuff that you're wasting your time on if I'm right. Yeah. Like you're wasting a lot of stuff. A lot of people argue that precept doesn't realize that precept entails biblical literalism, which locks you into younger creation, Imago Dei, Adam Eve literalism, and pre-post fall literal. Yes, it does. Because presuppositionalism, I think, is they fundamentalists love it. So I can see that being true. Check my messages. Oh my goodness. What do we got here? Do we got Earl is like gone to town with this stuff. We have all kinds of grumpy memes. I think I'm just going to put the last one you sent me up. We'll call this, the grumpy curve. Because I think it illustrates what I'm talking about when it comes to grumpy. Oh my goodness. But yes, see, this is what I love. See, this is what's great about this channel. I can get new art on the fly from Earl as we stream. Oh my goodness. There you go. But yes, there you go. There you go. That's the grumpy verb. That's the level of grumpy that Earl gets into. Nope. Oh my goodness. Hey, good to see you, Native. But yeah, I'll get the other ones uploaded later, Earl, because it's brilliant. Like you have different levels of grump there, so I can. Yeah, precept works it, but you have to really like assume that the Bible is absolutely the truth. So it becomes a problem. See, problem with precepts is they precept at a stage of knowledge where what they precept isn't even a concept if you start with zero knowledge. Yes. Like they, like there's so much, we all presuppose some things, but it's like they go to an extreme about it. So I just, I've, it's just every time I seem to deal with a theist on this channel, okay, and from my perspective as somebody trying to emotionally engage a person with respect their humanity, but at the same time like not want to, I don't want to call them stupid. Okay, but the fact is presuppositional apologetics at its core is a major assumption out of a silly reasoning, and that's kind of the problem. And they get mad out of that when you try to point that out other ways, but it's like it's back. So like a career out of giving scripted answers. I don't know. Like ministry is pretty scripted. Like we're talking about like addiction and ritual. Like why do people go to church? Like I can tell you this, like people go to traditional churches because they like that scripted part of their life. They like the stability of it. They go, they sing the songs, they put their money in the basket, they listen to the preacher talk to things about the stuff, they pray together, they shake the pastor's hand as he walks out the door, and they've done their ritual for the week, and it makes them feel good about themselves. So the whole thing is scripted. Like apologetics is just one form of the church, but the religious aspects, I mean, no matter how open and free you say your worship system is, I can tell you what you're doing at any given moment on your Sunday morning. So, but I think that's people love the whole scripted thing. So the scripted answers for apologetics is just one more aspect of the scripted nature of religion. Like it's absolutely scripted. So yeah, wasn't it Rationality Rules kind of pointed out the two main tactics of the apologist is to create a manufactured authority and then also speak with confidence. And the scripted answers are addressing the question of speaking with confidence. Like the mainline apologists who speak with confidence don't need necessarily scripts because they have it all in their head and they can jingle with it. But if you're somebody that's just trying to learn how to talk to people about your faith, scripted answers help with that. And so it's natural for them to have scripts. So it's the whole confident performance part meets the manufactured authority. And so, yes, prescribed answers, being confident in your approach. This is the apologetics of today. It doesn't matter if you have the truth. You just got to bring all of that together. So it does rely on people not really knowing philosophy all that well. So, and I'm no expert in philosophy, by the way, but I've had like probably over my educational career, I've had at least 5 classes that were in philosophy or philosophy related. So, when I was in seminary, we had a couple philosophy classes in relationship to theology. So, had some of those. Yeah, people have made careers of preaching from the same 66 books, or what is it, 72, if you add the other ones. A confident wrong answer always sells better than a hesitant right one. Yes. And that's why they use scripts, because they can come onto my channel and they can start doing their scripted comments, as many of you have seen. Some of you have been here for a while. You've seen them do this. They give their scripted little thingies, and it allows them to be confident and bold because they're following a script. And so if you don't have a lot of natural confidence, that's what you can do. So debate when all they did was refuse to listen to the other side. Yeah, it's a tactic too. There's a lot of tactics to presuppositionalism that I decry. It just really makes it difficult to talk to people. Use that graph during debates as my comfort decreases. The aptitude increases and until I reach the shutdown mode. Yeah, because you showed me this curve before. Like and And I feel you here because like when I get in debates, I'm getting more excited. You know, I don't necessarily get into debates on purpose, but I've had a couple times where I've had conversations, as you well know, and I feel the same way here. Like I get to a point where it's like, yeah, nope, I'm done. There you go. You pre-soak the bacon is delicious. So our God should be bacon. There we go. I can get behind that one. I can get behind that one just as much as I can get behind fangs. So, but I know, I think why bacon is delicious, fangs is cuter. Fangs is cuter. There you go. But yes, this graph has been very helpful. Like Earl will tell me sometimes, and every once in a while she tells her friends and stuff. Yeah, so you can tell where they are back on the slope, like how comfortable I feel, what I'm doing, blah blah. Yeah. No, but yes, she's done that to me a couple times. So vibe coding the religious mind. Yes. Yes. The axe of fangs, according to well, yeah, yeah. Earl's done some good work in the axe of fangs. Like I've told people like fangs is half my baby, half hers. It's some sort of mutant, but like between the two. But yes, but this is this is the cutest atheist deity you'll ever see. So, so yeah, I kind of saw that when you debated him. Like I did watch it later, and yeah, this curve is definitely evident. Like you're in it, and then at some point it's like, nope, I'm done. Like it's like, and I get it. What? Yeah, yeah. He is the cutest atheist deity ever, I think, Earl. We've done it. We've done it. There's finally an atheist deity that's cute. So cute that you don't want to do anything but stare into those big eyes. Oh. Okay, I got to go back to the graph. Okay, all right. 0 to 1 makes it easier to read. So you got to do it the other way around. Okay, all right. So, but yes, yeah, I mean, if honestly cranky, if Earl ever gets cranky and grumpy, I'm just going to put this up, and she won't be as cranky and grumpy. Little baby Fangs, great day. Fangs is over a year old. We're working on year 2, and then he'll be the terrible twos, and I'm sure that'll be fun too. So it's white magic. Okay, there we go. Oh, the curve can stay as it is, but it's like it's the numbering. Okay, well, she's trying to illustrate how comfy she is. So like comfiness is like the thing with Earl. Like she likes to be comfy. So, but like you can see it when she does get into debate. Like she gave the good example of her debate with Fatty. Like if you watch her, this is how it works. Like she gets to this high point where she's going after it, and then all of a sudden she just shuts down. And I kind of do that too. Like I get to a point where it's like I don't want to talk to this person anymore. Nope, I'm done. Like we're not getting anywhere. I'm wasting my breath. uh, Started at 7, it goes down from there, and then it gets back to 7. There we go. Yeah, but I think actually, Earl, I think you describe a lot of people. Like I don't know if it's an autistic trait or something, but it's like I know this describes me. I get to a certain point when I just want to bail. I'm just done, and I'm just not comfortable. I'm don't want to talk anymore. allow me to go somewhere else and recharge. And I don't know if you're describing maybe the emotional battery we all seem to have, and it just, as it gets closer to wearing out, we're just trying to get more and more done. And then poof, gone, and then you just don't have any, you just want to be done. So, but yes. But yeah, I know you made it for you, but I think it accurately describes a lot of us. Like, I think it's not bad. Too different to read. That's both my math and graphics near to me. Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah. Yeah, it's helpful. Honestly, Earl, was helpful to me when you first shared it to me. I'm like, damn, if that ain't me sometimes. Like, it feels that way for me a lot. So, hey, John, good to see you. But yeah, but I get the emotional nope. There's comes a point where I'm just done, and I luckily for me, like on Deconversion Hangout and some of the other streams, I haven't experienced this, and I think it's because the theists stay away from this one. They used to try to bugger in here all the time and cause it. So, but yeah. Well, you like baby? Yeah, we'll put baby fangs up again so everybody can be in a better mood. Um, so, but yeah, just it. I don't know. I feel so comfortable now when I hang with this group of people, and so I don't experience that as much here. But I don't know. I don't know, when theists try to break in to like this space, because they used to try to break in all the time. And that's when I started going, oh, you have to be a subscriber for 20 minutes before you can talk and chat. And I think I scared away a lot of the people from Deconversion Hangout. So, and it was because of this element of people breaking into my discomfort. Like, I'm trying to create a comfortable atmosphere here where we can all talk about our deconversions and stuff and things we go through and have a good time too while we're at it. And there's always somebody like trying to bust the party. Like, I literally have an open forum stream on Monday. Like, why can't you come for that? You got to come in here. And it's this, they don't want to understand it. They don't want to deal with it. It's kind of the emotional precept of religion is I'm right. And I just don't want to deal with the emotions of somebody that has gone through it the other way. So, but yeah. So, but yeah, it's that one. So, let's see. Hold on. I mean, if we want to keep the current emojis, I think I need more members. So I'm going to have some like member donations to do that. I can use baby fangs to replace another emoji, but that means another emoji is lost, and I've already done that a couple times. So, but I can do that because I do love baby fangs. It's just a question of what I would replace them with. Like, something would be lost. So here. Let's see, I can put all the emojis into a chat. So that's the ones we have. Here, let me. Okay, well, you might have got you prayed to the elder gods, and here we go. The elder gods have been far more responsive than Yahweh. So here, let me check. I gotta. Okay, that's actually under monetization, memberships, badges and emoji, edit. I need 2 more members to add an emoji. So the 10 helped, but I need 2 more to add another emoji. So, but who got those? And Brick Larry, Oceanus, Vixen, fiscally 12 chickens, 22. Cranky Elder God gave himself a membership. That was nice of him. Dacus. JL got one. I'll let up north got one. There you go. But yeah. So there you go. Yes, Cranky be praised. So there you go. But yeah, I still need two more memberships to add an emoji. Two more. So there you go. Oh, well, there we go. And then Josh is apparently the prophet of the Cranky Elder God. So I think we're good. So if you make Earl, little fangs here into an emoji, because it's got to be square, and we can do that. I can put it in now. So thanks to Cranky Elder Gods and Josh. So there you go. So yeah, but if you can convert him into like a little square, I can put him in for next stream. So, and he will be an emoji. So, so, but yeah. But thank you, both of you, Cranky Elder God and Joshua. Thank you, sirs. Appreciate you very much. And let's see, BS Lewis is now a member. Why aren't you a member before? Never mind, BS. I'm not a. I'm just giving you shit because that's what I do. Satan's Mac Time, Native Atheist. You're a member now. Ryan Murphy too. Outstanding. Some pretty good gifts there. So, 15 new members today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All to get baby fangs as an emoji. So, what's a grumpy IKE? I don't know if you want to see that. Like, I mean, it's like this, and maybe this, and there's a chart for it. But we've learned that if we do this, a lot of our grump disappears. So you can't, but we try. If anybody knows anything about Fang's lore, Fang's is like the uncontainable god. Like he refuses. Barriers are not something he appreciates. So name is scary. She's scary. Her name is. Oh, there you go. Yes, but grumpy Earl is not something we like to. We all try to cheer up Earl. Like Earl, she is the mom around here, and so we. I killed Earl is name is so, but yes, so yeah, we try to keep her cheerful. Like we try to cheer her up, give her head pats. She loves head pats. So, but wow, just thank you so much, guys. It was a really great name. But yeah, I don't know how we do that. But yeah, like, Fangs is the god of the rabbits that steal into your gardens, passing your fences and steal your vegetables. So yeah, Ike she's been around so long that she has her own nicknames. Yes. See, Felicia picked up on it. She's giving you head pats, Earl. So see, we all try to make Earl feel better. Like, we all have our challenges, and Earl is the lap in which our Lord naps. And she is the creator of probably all the artwork you see on my channel is Earl's. So, and just been an absolutely fantastic, absolutely wonderful person. So let's see. Oh boy. All right, hold on. I got to put this in a different file because it's an emoji. So I'm going to do baby fangs. emote. And let me show it to everybody. So there we go. Now let's see. It's not registering the members quite yet. I may have to put that in next stream, unfortunately. But there it is. That's what will be a new emoji. So yeah, we love our work, but yeah, YouTube might be being a little bit slow right now. So I know it told me I needed 2 more. I know we got that. So let's see. Because I want to get that in there if I can. Okay. Maybe it won't let me until next stream, unfortunately. It's something to look forward to. I will put it in regardless because this is way too good. And I'll try to keep all the other emojis that we have. So, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, like it has to, like I've had that problem before where it has to register the memberships and it takes like a day to do that. Like I don't always get counted for the money I make until like 24 hours later either. So the memberships might take a while to process for some reason, but I'll get it in there one way or the other. So here, I tell you what I can do. Here, hold on. Let's see if I can do this. Who do I see? The problem is all of them are good right now. They're all good emotes. Here, but yeah, I've had that problem before where it takes a while to process. So, but yeah, we'll leave it up on the screen though there for you, Earl. But it's something to look forward to. We'll see that Saturday. I'll make sure that gets in for Saturday. So. Let's see. Hello, I'm a new believer, and you all have obviously talked negatively about theism. I was just wondering, do you think theism is irrational, or do you think personally find the arguments unconvincing? Yes. As somebody who is a believer in Christianity for 40 years, there's always an irrationality to faith. Faith just has that nature, but the arguments aren't convincing to me anymore. I used to be a very devout Christian and not anymore. So, but I just don't find them convincing anymore. You know, the reason I deconverted was because it took a long, deep look at all that stuff, and it just doesn't make any sense to me anymore. Also, you begin to find that a lot of the things that they say are true just aren't. So, and that starts to undermine credibility. So, yes, I'm an agnostic atheist. I get mad at agnostics who, when I corner them about it, do you have an active belief in any God? And they say no. Well, then you're also an atheist. You can be an agnostic atheist where you say we can't really know, but at present I don't have an active belief in God. That's an agnostic atheist. So. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of a guy that just saw reality. Like it's just not working. Gnostic atheist about Abrahamic religions. Yeah, pretty much. Like I know that like Christianity is a false religion. I would say Islam is too, and Judaism as well. Even Christianity, I've been reading other religious texts for knowledge now. Yep. Nathan, this is what happens. Like, that's a very normal stage to go through, because what you find out is that your old faith, Christianity, has a lot of similarities to other faiths. And you realize that everybody's got some similar stuff that they have foundational that's just not going to hold up water against a rational worldview. So, I don't either. There's a lot of, but I will say this, that I know that my staging, Jacqueline, was to move from a fundamentalist Christianity to a conservative Christianity to a moderate Christianity and liberal Christianity, then no Christianity. Okay. So, um, what happens is you begin to realize the credibility of certain things starts to go down for you. Like, a liberal Christian say, well, yeah, I don't believe like Genesis 1 is literal. Okay. Well, if that's not what it claims to be, what about the rest of it? Like, you begin to realize that the more you make the Bible less credible, it becomes less and less credible, and the faith becomes less and less credible. So, yeah, yeah. Is it rational and the arguments are poor? Correct. Yeah, I shouldn't presume. Yeah, probably. Most atheists are part agnostic because they don't claim absolute certainty. Yeah, that's kind of the, like, people get that confused. Like, Gnosticism is about whether you can know or not. You can either believe you can know, well, you either think you can know something, or you think, well, that may be unknowable, so I'm going to be an agnostic about that. And theism is about whether you believe in God or not. So, um, it you can be in a track, like, there are Gnostic atheists who absolutely think that we can know there is no God. There's Gnostic theists that, like, I absolutely believe there is a God and I absolutely know there is one. Um, and then you can have an agnostic theist who says, well, I believe, but I know that we can't really know. So, um, when people can believe what they want, I was an atheist. Okay, well, you know, I'm not going to sit there and be evangelical about it and say you need to stay in the camp. I mean, if you want to go dip your toe in theism for a while and swim around in the waters, just be aware that the water might not be real. It might be illusion. Add anything from violence towards any group of people, I think, would be convincing. She told me so. Yeah, I get where you're going. Like, I've told people that on Dawkins's scale, I'm a 6.969, because one, because it's funny. But two, that's kind of actually a reflection of how I feel about it. Like, I maintain my agnostic atheism, but it's been so long and there's so many arguments for all kinds of gods and none of them are convincing to me. And it's like, I don't suspect that that will change in the future. So, um, I guess I can see where you're going. And I actually respect people that, if you want to take a hard atheist stand, I respect that. I just, at that point, you're making a claim and you got to prove the claim. So, like, you're saying there is no God, so you got to prove that. And so that's kind of one at that point. So, I think there are many contradictions, including most of them are MAGA Trump worshipers now. It's very hypocritical now. I'm looking into Buddhism because I like meditation practices. And I can tell you something, Nathan. I've met some Buddhists on over the years doing my channel, and a lot of them are, in a sense, atheists. They don't like believe in a personal deity, but they do believe in a spiritual reality outside of what we can see. Now, I don't buy that, but you're welcome to try it. Like, I don't have a problem. So, you're a Gnostic baby, thanks. Okay, there you go. That's fair. Oh, simply because the original talks about different gods and religions reduced to one translation. Yes. One of the greatest problems, I remember having a fight with this with a theist, like the Old Testament assumes other gods exist. Like it, you shall have no other gods before me. And the guy was trying to argue that, well, that says there's no other gods. I said, no, it says you're supposed to put, there's a lot of gods, but you're supposed to put Yahweh first. And I said, I can point you to other scriptures where God literally, when he says, let us make man in our own image, he's talking to other gods. So it's like, it's one of the things I don't want to talk about. So towards atheism, I find the question of deity is utterly pointless. As a cranky elder god, you find the discussion of deity is pointless. Okay. Yeah. Claim. That's why I'm not ready to present the argument yet. Slowly one day. It's a very, very complex topic, and that's why I haven't taken that plunge myself. So if you're going to be brave and do that, I applaud you for it. Like it, I always like to leave the door open for a discussion about the existence of God. Like I want that ability, on a practical level to make that discussion. So well, atheism isn't a worldview to begin with, so I think you're kind of mistaking something. Atheism only really answers one question. I mean, if you're talking about secularism has a larger capacity to become a worldview, like keeping religion out of the way we run the world. I think actually does have a very coherent thing. And yeah, so there you go. Definitely not the same thing that God, Jesus, Father, the purpose confused. Toast given history, based on a sect of Babylonian polytheism. Yeah. Precept for the win. Yeah. Like the moment you say atheism is a worldview, I'm done. Like it can't be one. How does the non-belief turn into everything that's needed for a worldview? Having a worldview has specific things that it has to have in it. Like you have to have a moral framework. You have to have how you look at the universe. And atheism, whether there's a God or not, it can have an effect on your worldview because there are certain things you're dismissing when you discuss those other topics, but you still have to engage the topic with other things at that point. And it can't be a worldview. This is why this is one of the things with me normalizing atheism is getting over the nonsense that it's a worldview. Like it's just not. So yeah, it's winning now. Too late. It's too late. I mean, I suppose I could switch. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't mind theists on Deconversion Hangout as long as if you're a new believer, I'm going to ask you why. Okay, why? So, yeah, I mean, I already got the money, but I can switch. But yeah, the newsboy I've wore a couple of times, Skeptic, and good to see you, by the way. But yeah, I've wore that one a couple of times. So yeah, I got a dip too. I'm actually getting close to my limit here of how long I can stay on. So see ya, Felicia. But yeah, good luck on your projects. Good luck on that. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that too. Just let me know when it gets. Yeah, it's not. It deals with one question: is there a God or not? And you can't build a worldview out of that. If you say there is no God, or you say I don't believe there is one, that can affect the elements of how you think about things when it comes to your worldview. But there's too many other things in a worldview for it to be a worldview on its own. I can do hat tricks here. Seeing the newsboy is winning now, and not this lovely hat. Let's switch. I can do that. See, I'm still wearing a hat. This one I actually wear in public on occasion. So, yeah, I don't know what spiritual is either. So, Curiosity and questions are fine in my book. We've had some folks pop in who make assertions in a fairly strident manner. I can die now. But yes, this is actually a hat I would wear in public. Like, I'm not embarrassed by this one. The other ones I do because they're fun. So, and I like to do stuff with the fluffle. So, yeah, see, BS got them all in there. There you go. Yeah, the benevolent dictator for life. Yeah, this one's a nice one too. I like this one. The deeper you go down the rabbit hole, the more you find out it's not good news. No, it isn't. But yes. But yeah. So, but yeah, it's. I don't know. I can do what I want. Like, but I like tonight was a really. I have to thank everybody that contributed to the hat thing in the first place, like Cranky and Josh and Wolf and Felicia and Martin. And of course, I got to thank Cranky for the 10 memberships that some of you received, and Josh did some too. So there are 15 new citizens today. So welcome to all of you to being citizens. So so thank you all, because it does my heart good that I'm actually tapping into something. I think deconversion is a big issue for a lot of us, and we're still struggling through it. So I will continue to keep Thursday out there, like, absolutely, for that. So thank you. Oh, Dapper, yeah, it is. You know, worldview. Yeah, like, if you don't believe in a God, does that suddenly become your worldview? I just don't understand how non-belief in anything can turn into a worldview. Like, it seems like in order to have a worldview, you have, like, my worldview has a lot of different things in it. You know, like, there's a lot of different things in the basket. I would say atheism, like not looking at things like they're divinely ordained or something, has an effect on that. But atheism can't carry all the weight. Like, it can't carry the weight of an entire worldview when you look at it. So yeah, usually at that point, it's like I'm kind of like, okay, we're not even on the same wavelength at that point. So, but it is getting late, and I do have to go to work. It is my Friday night. So before I leave, though, just a reminder, we will be on Saturday. I'm going to be looking at Paulogia's latest video where where Alex and Rhett had a conversation, and so all these apologists reacted, and Paul did a great job of putting all the discussion elements together, and I think it'll make for a great discussion and some great fun for the next few weeks. So we're going to be doing that. And then, of course, my regulars, like I now have a Monday open forum, and Wednesday we're doing red letters, red flags. I'll be starting the Sermon on the Mount, looking at Jesus's teachings. And then I will, of course, continue to do reacting to certain things and getting certain discussions going on Saturday. So hope to see all of you there. So, and yeah, and there's a debate tonight too. So if you want to go check that out, Robin is a friend of the channel. So I'll let you know all that. But I do have to run. So may Fangs bless all of your hearts. May he nibble on all of them. May he purify all of your vegetables from religious corruption with his pointy teeth. May he make you feel warm and fuzzy inside when you look into those deep eyes of infant Fangs. And make sure you leave a circumcised carrot on top of your stash for Fangs as an offering. He may take the carrot instead of your stash to redistribute it to other people who might need it more than you. Or he may take the carrot instead as honor to you, the most holy of vegetables. Nom nom and all of that. And as always, folks, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So you want to take all your time, your money, your opportunities, and give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do. Don't waste them on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as Earl reminded me to say, wiggles noses at all the fabulous fluffle. What a great line. So there you go. See all of you later. And I will see all of you next time. I'll see y'all Saturday, and we'll have some fun having some discussion about how to fix Christianity. I really want to get into that discussion. So we'll see you then. We'll see y'all then. Have a good one.
It's time to take a stand.